Hello everyone, I'm back home now. It's right windy where I live, so you might not be able to hear me. And that's my neighbour's dog. But that spooked me a little bit, I'll be honest. And for all the hyacinth bouquets out there, I'm going to moan about me not Chelsea garden. I don't garden me for Chelsea, I garden for wildlife and frogs and birds and bees, so it doesn't look that great. But that is how I like it. So, you know, the log piles for the weevils and I'm spooked, I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit spooked out about what happened there and trying to gather my thoughts a little bit. But it seems like there's a little bit of the wood that I can't go in, no matter how much I push past my fear, it's like I'm not meant to go in there. So, I think that's what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to leave that part of the wood. Oh, it's really windy, I hope you can hear me. Well, my hubby's gone back up there now, just to have a look, see if there's anybody about or anything, but I was hearing strange things all the way home. Well, it's like something was rustling in the bushes at the side of me, but the bushes weren't that tall, there couldn't have been anybody in there. And it felt like someone was on my shoulder all the time. But that's not what scared me. What scared me was the extra bit of the wood. I didn't mind being in this bit, but I didn't want to go in that bit over there. And it was walking towards that kind of spooked me out. There's me crow, he's followed me home. I don't know if you can get him, he's up there in the tree. No. The sun's coming from that angle, so I've had to put my camera like this way. But this is where I'm going to try and make a gifting spot at home. And people will think I'm absolutely crazy and that there's absolutely no point in doing that. You have to go to the Peak District or Scotland. No, you don't. You can gift from anywhere because your gifting station is usually the place that grounds you and meditates you. And if you're like me, and it's very rare that you get out the door, then you bring that place to you. And it was an idea I had last year, and my husband's been trying to implement it for me. And I'm going to set the camera up just so you can see some of the things. See, our garden ornaments are not what other people with glasses garden ornaments. We have little wooden stumps and little wooden mushrooms and just log piles and it, you know, it's not the best loveliest garden in the world, look. But I absolutely love it because there's the trees and that's the wood. And that bank runs all the way to the Forest of Bowland. And that way it runs all the way, I would say Chester, that kind of way. Stockport and then down Alderley Edge and that kind of thing. And I've been finding some recent interesting things out in the archaeology class that I went to, that some of the routes that the wild man follows are our original foraging routes between the coast and the woods, where there were multiple food sources. And the lecturer put a map up and he was showing us where the hill forts were, and they would always be within howling distance, shouting distance, or sight, within vision, so that you could. You can tell how spooked up I am. I can't get my words out. Right, take a minute, Deb. I think that they are still following those routes because the sightings seem to match in to those routes. And up here in the north, it was probably a couple of 100 years. I'm sure someone will correct me. Later than the south, that we actually settled, became sedentary and started to farm. We kept our foraging ways for a much longer time, and I think that might play in to our habits from our Neolithic period and their habits that maybe they still continue with today. I'm unsure, but I think I'm going to have a look at that over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to have a look at some barrows. There's one just over there, not too far away, and some hill forts, and I think Darren and Rob are going to try and get me up to Giant Seat, because there is the thinking now that there's an ancient burial there at Giant Seat, as it matches in with the layout of the hill forts, and that is the missing link. There's kind of a missing link in the line that runs to the Peak Districts, and we think now that Giant Seat has probably had a mudslide or a landslide at some point, and that's why it looks the way it does, but originally it would have been out and it would have been like a hill fort type thing. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you a couple of updates about that. And I think, Glen, I am going to go in the woods in the dark with Rob and Daz. And I wish you could come with me, but I'll be thinking about you and I will probably phone you when I'm there, so keep your phone on you. So until next time, I'm really glad you could all come with me, and I'll get this uploaded now. And to Laura and Sam and Daniela and Carrie and all my Bigfoot lady friends, it's way too many for me to mention. I've opened a little Jackbox for us girls. Girls only. Let's see what they say about that. Because everything's geared around the guys, and we can't talk about girl stuff. So I've opened a little chat box. Unfortunately, it's on Facebook, but it's as close as I can get until the website's up and running. And when the website's up and running, I would like to do some articles about lady Bigfooters and lady researchers and how we go about things and the experiences that we have out in the field. So if you're out there, girls, and you're up for that, give me a shout. So until next time, thank you very much. Goodbye.